Hey everybody, it's Ashley with Publish with Ashley, and I'm live again on YouTube and Facebook. I'm quite liking this whole StreamYard that goes to YouTube and Facebook. So those of you who are Facebook users, I get to be there, and those of you who are YouTube. I don't know, I guess I like both. Some are, I guess, different or better than others, but I get to be on both. So that being said, please, if you're watching on YouTube or even if you're watching on Facebook, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It should be in the notes, my YouTube channel. Actually, on Facebook, I think I have to add it. But please go and do that because I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to prove to my children that I am cool, and one day even getting monetized to make like $1 a month would be exciting because then I could brag to my children that I'm a YouTube star. I know it's totally cheesy, but I don't really care. I really don't make any money off this channel and don't really need to. I just want to do that for bragging rights from my children. I'll admit that. So if you could help me out, that would be great. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to join my Facebook group, please do. Should be in the show notes as well. Like, subscribe, do all those happy things. It helps me out mostly for bragging rights from my children. All right. So, and check out my webpage, publishwithashley.podia.com. I've got freebies on there. I've got, you can sign up for my newsletter. I've got some stuff for sale, and I've got my beginner's course. So if you need a beginner's course, publishing bootcamp, and I've also got an advertising for Amazon ads course, which is really, really awesome. Okay. Anyway, so the question for today that everyone always asks is about selling organically. Can I sell organically versus using ads? And so we're going to go over that today, and I'm going to talk about that. So can you sell organically? And my answer, I think, to most things is always yes and no. Hey, Emily, how are you? It's always yes or no, because I never think anything is really black and white. I think there's always two sides to every single story. And I try and remember that when faced with anything in life. I know there's been a lot of political unrest, but I know there is always two sides to every story, and there's good and bad points on both sides, right? So I really try and always look for the good, or at least, the pros versus cons, right? So in this case, we're going to look at selling organically. Yes, you definitely can do that. And then the con side, the no side of what I see for the future. Okay, so yes, you can sell organically. But if you want to do this, I want to give you a few things. One, you really have to be on and understand keywords and research, researching keywords and finding things that are different, that have low competition. Because if you want to rank organically, then it's so much easier to do when you have a small pond, right? That whole fishing in a small pond versus a big pond. If you are one fish in the huge pond of millions of fishes, it's just going to be harder to be found. So you really, 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 if you want to be found organically, you really have to work on your keyword research, and just do research into what is selling, what doesn't have a lot of competition, and that maybe has a decent market size. You also need to have an awesome product and cover. Okay, your cover really has to stand out. I've been seeing a lot. These are things you do anyway, whether you're doing ads or not. Obviously, good keyword research and good products are a must. But I think you need to even be more so if you're going to go organic, because you're just going to have to spend more time for covers. So I was looking at Amazon the other day, and I was looking at covers. And there are so many people just trying to throw spaghetti at the wall and hope it sticks. If you're not from the US, that kind of means just put a whole bunch of stuff out there and cross your fingers and hope, right? I just don't think that is going to work anymore. You can do that, but I honestly believe a lot of that is a waste of your time. You're just putting up a bunch of stuff and then hoping. And you can do that. And I did that in the beginning too. And I have to admit, The good part about that, I'll tell you what the good part about that is. It really helped me refine my cover design skills, right? I became better. I don't know if that quicker is necessarily the word. I don't think I do anything really quick. I became better because of all the practice I had. But I don't necessarily think it was a great effective use of my time. What I should have been doing is working on the things that I had spent more time on and were selling for me rather than just throwing a bunch of stuff out there. So I think you really got to hone down on your cover skills. It's not throwing up, some phrase and then hoping people are searching for that phrase. That is a method. I don't think it's a great method, but the good side of it, right? I always look at the good side of it. The good side of it is you if you do a whole lot of that, you can definitely work on your creation skills, right? If you just keep doing stuff, keep producing, you will get better. I don't think repeating the same, phrase and then like changing one word is going to make your creation skills that much better. But just the art of even creating each of those phrases can. You also learn your process as far as how to upload quickly and things like that. But I still don't think it's a really effective use of your time. But if that is what you want to do, that's fine. But I don't think you are going to sell organically like you want to. I think you're kind of crossing your fingers and hoping, and that may not work for you. Or it may not work as well as you want it to. How about that? All right. So yes, I do sell organically myself. My organic sales tend to be the ones that I've done in smaller niches, and I've really focused down on certain items or certain phrases. And it's generally a very small pond. Okay. So the other side of the coin, why doing ads, I guess, is a good method, or at least it can be very profitable. There's a few things about ads that are great. One, it is leveraging your money for your time, right? Organic, it's a lot of research and time. And ads do that as well. You still have to research keywords. In my course, I talk a lot about doing ads well does mean you have to do a lot of research still, but it does multiply your efforts. And that, I think, is what is beneficial about ads. It's that multiplication factor. So instead of your efforts being like times 1, your efforts are now times like 5 or 10 or 20. And that's why I think ads can really help. I think they can be great to boost a new product. If you've done a lot and put a lot of effort into a new product, I have one, I'm creating a coloring book that I'm doing some of the design work and I'm paying someone. That is one I'm definitely going to promote as soon as I'm going to put some money on it, not like millions of dollars, 10, 20 bucks. I'm going to try and put that money in because I have spent well more than that getting it created. And it's going to take me a while to do, but I do think that it's going to be a consistent seller. How about that? I don't think it's going to make me thousands of dollars a month, but I think if I can get it selling, it'll make me 100 or 200 every single month. And I think that's really valuable. It is a small niche, and I think the ads will be really cheap because I'm really focused on a very specific market. But that's exactly what I designed it for. I picked up this market. I decided this was a good one. I'm creating something that I think is lacking in the market. There's one other product that's similar, and I'm going to do it better. I'm going to do it my own way, and I'm going to put a little bit of money behind it. So I think ads can definitely boost you up there for new products, but they also are great for multipliers for products that are selling. If you have something that sells once or twice a month, ads not always, can be a great way to get it out to people. If people are buying it because they randomly find it, ads can definitely multiply your efforts. But here's the other thing about what I want to say the future is that I think the future in low content books is marketing. Okay, so marketing does have many components. Marketing can be ads, it can be Amazon ads. That is one form of marketing. Other forms of marketing are using Pinterest, Facebook, and I'm not saying just go into groups and dump your product on their page and then cross your fingers. That's a terrible way to advertise. Okay, don't do that. Work with Facebook group admins. Give your product away to them and they can give it away. And then that way, it gets some promotion. It gets promotion by the admin. Try and make partnerships, deals with people that beneficial to both of you. And you're going to find that type of marketing is going to work a lot better. Influencers, and then creativity. I'm thinking last time I said one of my creative ways is I bought a lot of my author copybooks and then gave them away to people. And I got a lot of word of mouth referrals that way. So I think, that's definitely something you should consider. So marketing, why I think marketing is the future. So I've been doing Kindle books for a long time, Kindle ebooks. So I was a fiction author and nonfiction as well. And it's interesting seeing the space grow. In the beginning, when Kindle was new, you could throw anything up there and it would sell because there just wasn't much out there. And then after that, it became all about learning how to market and advertise, which is what authors hate. Authors hate to market and advertise. They would much prefer to write books and be not in any of the marketing stuff. Hello, other Facebook user. They don't want to be there. So, but the reality is marketing is getting your product in front of people so that they know it exists so they can buy it. If they don't know, I love the idea, if you build it, they will come. That is true, sort of, if you get really lucky. But the idea that is going to work for you as a business is a poor plan. That is putting all of your eggs in the luck basket. And I don't know about you, the luck basket is a terrible basket to have all your effort into. Hey, Peter. Hey, art design. Hobby. That's I like that name. That's a cool Facebook name. Or not Facebook, sorry. YouTube. Though you might have that for Facebook as well. But I think you have to really, if you want this to be a business and you want to make money, I think you have to think about your marketing. And ads can definitely be a part of that. So that's only part of the marketing, right? There's definitely free marketing, Pinterest, creating a brand in the sense that you put your other products that maybe that audience would be interested in the back. Say, hey, like this product, you'll like these products as well, right? To do that, to promote what they call back-end sales. So you're using the book that they've already purchased to sell more of your books. That is something that is definitely free, right? So if you have a book already organically that's selling really well, think of a complementary book. Maybe not the same book. If it's a coloring book, yeah, you would just maybe create another coloring book with that complementary niche. But if it's like a planner, maybe you like a year planner, maybe you do like a 30-day or a 60-day, 90-day challenge that's focused on a specific thing and saying, hey, do you want to focus in on this effort? Why don't you try this of our products, right? Those are free marketing methods that are very, very effective. If you've got someone to purchase your product, selling them another one is way easier than selling it the first time. So you want to think about these things. And that is like an organic, but it's effort, right? You have to put the information there. You have to create a complementary product. But think about your books as less than onesie, twosie commodities, and think about them as selling more as a whole. So hopefully that's helpful, because I think marketing it's not selling organically versus non-organically. I think it's that organically versus marketing. Ads is a piece of marketing, but there's so many other things you can do that are free, that take a little bit of time, but are definitely worthwhile. Okay, let's see. So questions. Micah, would it be wise to set up an email account and website using your pen name to promote your books for mailing us? Yes. I promote that, right? To set up some sort of, you can go on MailChimp and create a free landing page, and you can put that link into your books and say, I do this. I say, hey, want a free 10 free coloring pages, or want more coloring pages. Go to this link, and it's a MailChimp free landing page, and then they can subscribe. Yesterday, so I did this over Christmas, and yesterday I sent out my first email to my list. I know I don't use my email list as well as I should. Everyone says like every 2 weeks or every week. I'm kind of more of a once a month type girl. If you're on my email list, you know I just don't overly email. I have too many kids and too many things to do to pester you all with emails. But email does work. There's nothing that can really beat email, and they become your customers. So I sent out my first email and I had a 66% open rate, which I think is pretty good. So I think that's pretty good. So I was excited when I looked at my stats this morning after sending my email yesterday, about this time yesterday, 24 hours, 66% open rate. And I think that's really good. So, I think that's, yes, I'm a fan of email, and I know people don't want to do it. It was one of the reasons doing fiction. Oh my gosh. Have you ever tried to write a 20, 40, 60, 80,000 word book a month and then try and also do the marketing? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it any longer. The marketing, and then I didn't sleep. It was awful. And though I loved writing, it just became too much. So what I decided to do is get good at low content books and then restart my marketing. And so that's what I started and tried to set up last year. And I really think it's working this year. I'm hopefully going to see the benefits of all that effort. And now that I did the marketing for fiction, I know how to implement it for low content books. It's just a little bit of trial and error and perfecting it and then putting the effort into it. Okay, let's see. And use the same name. I'm not sure. Wait. And then use the same pen name on social media. Yes. Yeah, definitely. You can set up a Facebook page. You can set up, the biggest thing is the email. And it depends on your audience and how you want to connect with them. My particular audience likes to hang out a little bit on Facebook. They're really big Pinterest users. Right? I did market research. They love Pinterest. They love like crafty stuff. And they don't want to be bothered by a lot of things. So that's why, I keep my email list very simple, with some freebies and kind of, I make it all very simple for them because that's kind of how my audience works. But yeah, whatever you find out where your audience shops, and that's going to be helpful to decide which social media accounts are the best. If your audience doesn't hang out on Twitter, like mine does not hang out on Twitter, there's no reason for me to be on Twitter. Why would I be on Twitter wasting my time for the one person that might be hanging out there that's my audience? It just doesn't make any sense. My audience hangs out on Pinterest. So it's one of the reasons I focused a lot of my marketing and pins on Pinterest. And I need to do more. I was actually creating some this morning, some pins, because I've been really bad and haven't done any in a while. Okay. Would you use a pen name that describes your niche? Funny. Use a pen name. I don't know. You can, yes, it should somewhat represent your niche, right? And funny depends upon your audience. My audience, funny is not really their gig. So I kept it very simple, very straightforward, I guess. But yes, it does have some keywords that my audience would resonate with. Does Amazon algorithm favor external traffic? Yes. They love external traffic. Actually, almost every algorithm loves external traffic, because if you're sending stuff there, then they want, and especially if it converts, right? The conversion thing is so fantastic. If somebody purchases it from an outside link, they're going to be excited and promote your product because obviously if it's coming from outside into Amazon, like that, and purchasing it, that's a lot of things that's good in their point of view. Does that make sense? And that's true of anything. One of the ways I have a consulting business, and I actually created a book that I sell on Amazon to advertise my consulting business. So it sends people, it says, hey, you want to know more? You want personalized consulting? Please go to my website, and here's my website. And that is where I get most of my referrals. And once I did that, I noticed that my Google rank went up a lot, because now I have something on Amazon that is linking to my website. So it's considered what they call a high was I can't remember, a highly good link, and I'm not thinking of the right word. Good. It's not good. A highly relevant, that's the word I'm looking for. A highly relevant link, because Amazon, and that's a relevant link. It's not just some random platform, it's a good one. So Google thinks that my SEO should be better on my website because of that. So, and that definitely boosted my SEO ranking with Google. So yeah, they like outside traffic. They like outside links because it's relevancy, it's valid, it boosts their platform. I mean, if you can get people onto Amazon to buy stuff, Amazon loves that. Why wouldn't they? So yeah, they're going to help you out in the sense that they're helping themselves out. It helps them out, right? Okay. Anything else? Have you noticed? Oh, wait, let's see. With external traffic, do better than PPC cost? Is that like by clicks? I don't know if the Amazon algorithm thinks, their own ads are better than outside links, but where it ranks, does it really matter? It's favorable, right? So I always tell people it's not about one thing. It's always about a lot of things. So, just keep improving everything a little bit, and it all boosts it up. It all makes it all flow better. How do you give away a few paperbacks? Do you mail them out to people or through Amazon? So I've done it a few ways. I've bought other copies and handed it out to my friends because they are my target audience for this particular niche. Like Christmas presents, I did a lot of Christmas presents that were my own books because and I ordered them author copies because I planned. Remember, author copies are 2 weeks minimum right now. It takes 2 weeks to get them. They are much cheaper. And it's like, it depends on your number of pages, but like $2.15, non-black and white, it's about $2.15 for the minimum book. And then shipping, I think it's like $6 something in the US for like that $2.15 price point with shipping. But then once you order more than one book to ship, it's a lot less per one. So the first book is like $2 or $3 for shipping. And then after that, it's like 10, 20 cents more to ship too. So it makes it a lot cheaper. But it takes 2 weeks. It's slow. And yeah, check your books because sometimes the print quality is a little off. But they'll send you new ones if they're bad. But the thing is, you need the time, right? So yes, for Christmas presents, I ordered them early. I made sure I had them like by December 1st. That way I had more than enough time to hand them out. I also have sent people books via Amazon for my Prime account. You can't do that for reviews, and you can't like ship out millions of things that way. But onesie twosies, like if you're just they don't want you abusing Prime shipping. But if I'm just sending out a book to a friend saying, hey, you might like this book, here's a gift, right? It was a gift at that point in time. And I'm not expecting a return per se, but it's kind of, a way to advertise. It just depends what you're trying to do, if you're going to use the author copies or have Amazon ship it. But you don't want to abuse Prime shipping. That's a no-no. But if you're just sending out one book to somebody as a gift, yeah, I mean, I've done that. Any other questions? Anything? Let's see. So yeah, I guess overall my thoughts: organically versus advertising. You need to market. Advertising definitely can be a part, but you need to consider how you're going to get people to buy your books or buy more of the books they have already purchased. Because if you just cross your fingers and hope, your results will be maybe okay, maybe not. But is that really the business you want? The business of hoping that it works? You really need to do a little bit more. And I know people who are just starting, they're like, oh, that's a lot. I can't think of all that. Start with one step, okay? Create your books. I'd say the easy second step is to promote other or complementary books in the back of your book. And if you don't have any yet, make a complementary book. And then once both of those books are published, go back, change your interiors to add, each book saying, hey, you could also like this book. And then that way, the next people who buy your book will have it. The interiors take a little bit of time to change, so don't expect instantaneous change. But, that's for future, right? So plant seeds, and instead of hoping to grow, plant the seeds, watch them, do the things that nurture them. Why can't you use Prime ordering or Amazon for reviews? Like, what I guess I mean is you don't want to be shipping out a lot of books. I can't remember the exact wording. I should before I speak about this, but there is definitely some terms of service about abusing Prime shipping. And I don't know the exact wording. I just know that I've done onesie twosies to like send it, and it was a gift. It literally was a gift to somebody. So it wasn't actually meant as anything more than that. But it was a gift to somebody. But watch that. Read the terms of service. I'm sorry, I know I read them about 6 months ago, a year ago on that particular item. And I know it was a little tricky. So I generally try and stay away from Prime shipping unless it's like literally a gift for somebody. But read the terms of service on that. I think if you just Google terms of service, KDP, Amazon Prime shipping, or something like that, I'm sure you'll find something. How do you get people for honest reviews if they need to be a paperback? I don't. I don't actually try and get any reviews for anything. I know I did that in the past, and I was more frustrated than fruitful. So you can do that. And if you want to spend effort, it just depends. It depends. Here's the thing too. Amazon is not stupid. And the fiction world did a lot of this about, asking your friends, family, random acquaintance for reviews through Facebook. And Amazon actually caught people who were Facebook friends asking their Facebook friends for reviews on their book. So, and their accounts got shut down. It wasn't mass because you don't remember things have, what are they called? Not flags, tags. Pixels, pixel, that's what it's called. It's a pixel that follows you around. That's why you see ads for different stuff. Amazon uses that stuff too. So if they notice, their bots notice something on your Facebook and you're getting all these reviews, they can shut you down because I know it's about asking for honest reviews and there's definitely terms, but I just try and stay away from that since they started really watching reviews and who's doing the review. So yeah, I would watch that. If you get author copies and hand them to people, it's a lot harder for them to track, though I guess you don't get that verified review thing. But just watch it. You can ask people and they can purchase it and do honest reviews and all that. I just would be very careful because there was, a lot of things out there that I know people were doing that they got shut down for. So I stopped asking for reviews. I asked for a review in my book. Like I'll say, hey, do you like, how do you say, you can't say, do you like this book? I really appreciate a review. Reviews help get the right people to my book. I'd be really grateful if you did, or something like that, for an honest review. So you can definitely ask in the back of your book for that sort of thing. But I focus on marketing my book, selling my book, and not about reviews, because the reviews will come. They will come as the book sells more. And the way to get people to, if you market it, more people will buy it, more reviews come. So that's why I don't focus on reviews anymore, because for me, it didn't do me any good. I have some books that have not a million, but like have a lot of reviews and never sell. So I just kind of gave up on that and just focus on the marketing, getting people to see my book so that they can purchase it. Okay, can you talk about keywords and ads? Oh, okay. So the difference between broad, phrase, and exact. Look at the differences between them. Broad is like any word in any kind of order. Exact is the exact phrase. And phrase is similar. Is it similar? But the words can be a little different. So that's like a huge topic. I actually talk about that in my ads course. But the keywords, it depends on your audience. That's why understanding and knowing your target audience is the most important thing. Because I've found, I guess my funny example is sometimes keywords can be a little bit misleading. I had a journal, was it a journal? And it had sperm whales, right? So whales, sperm whales on it. And I got some interesting results, if I didn't put whales or whale related things, because the broad phrase with the sperm whales, it was messing the whole ad up. It was not showing to the right target audience. So I changed that one to like exact, because yeah. So it depends on the words. It depends on the target audience. I try all in the beginning, but sometimes I take out the broad one and I just go with phrase and exact, because I think sometimes that is the most beneficial if I understand my audience. Okay. Facebook user, hey, Ashley, it's nice to see you. I'm doing great in my KDP business. It's been 4 months. Your videos have helped me. Oh, we've earned $750 in the current month. And we earned $750 in current month is $696. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for you. I'm sorry, it says Facebook user. It doesn't tell me. I am so excited for you. I'm a big believer, and I know there's a lot of people with the whole do a bunch of notebooks and put a bunch of stuff out there, but I'm a big believer in making this a business and thinking like it is a business. And if you're doing that, if you're creating books and they're resonating with your audience and you know who you're selling them to, you just got to keep doing that. All right. Hello, Priscilla. And I would appreciate positive reviews. Yeah, I know. Isn't positive reviews? They are great. But I let it just happen organically. I did, like I said, especially in fiction, I tried to get reviews and all that stuff. And I didn't see a huge benefit from it. For the amount of effort I put in, I didn't see a huge amount of effort or return on my effort. Does that make sense? So I decided to focus on marketing, brand building, and putting my effort into just getting stuff out there to people and then letting them decide if they like it or not. And usually, if you're putting that much effort into understanding your target audience, you usually get really good reviews from that, because you've spent the time understanding what they want and you give it to them. And there's always the ones you can't do anything about, like Amazon printed it wrong. They printed it upside down, or I have one that I felt really bad at because the pages were cut off and they said it was a really great book, but the pages were cut off. Print quality was bad. There's nothing I can do about that. I did like that they gave the nice part that they really liked the book, and if the print quality is big better and the pages weren't cut off, they would have really enjoyed it. So at least that tells, my customer, even though it was a poor review, at least it tells my customer that they like the interior. And the print quality, there's nothing I can do about that. So I just don't worry about that. Or I try not to worry about that, right? You worry about everything, because I'm one of those guilt people. I feel guilty about speeding. I feel guilty about all sorts of things. So a 1-star break your heart. You know what? I stopped reading my reviews. I purposely avoid reading my reviews now because I have such a tender heart that if someone says something not nice, it makes me feel bad for a week. Like literally, I feel stress. I feel sadness. Like the person who said the print quality was bad, I literally stayed up at night thinking about their Christmas present that wasn't pretty because it'd been printed bad by Amazon, which is nothing to do with me, and I couldn't fix that if I tried. But I felt really bad. So I try not to read my reviews. So if you are a tender soul like me, maybe just avoid the reviews or have someone else read them and see if there's anything constructive. If someone else can read them and say, oh yeah, it says that you need to, add this or this. Well, that might be a constructive review. And then that, husband or wife or third party can give you that info so that you don't feel bad about it. So that might be a method to actually use constructive criticism on some of those bad reviews, but not necessarily have to have your heart broken, because yeah, I'm a tender heart soul too. Seriously, stayed up at night worried about that woman and her son's Christmas present. So anything else? Wow, it's been 34 minutes. So I want to, I see one like. More likes, please. That would be great for YouTube or wherever. I love that. But that's kind of it. So if anyone else have any other questions, I'm always here for you. Make sure to make comments on YouTube or make comments on the Facebook group. Tell me topics you guys are interested in, and I'll put those out there. One thing I was doing right now is like I was looking through like how do you analyze your portfolio, and so I've been creating some slides for that. So I thought about maybe doing a video on that, like to things to look at. You know, what's selling, why is it selling, and kind of tell you my theory when I look at my own kind of bookshelf, and decide what I want to do to make it better. So I thought that might help you guys too. So I'm working on that. I've got it mostly done, but I've got to fill it out some more, and I'll do hopefully a video on that. But let me know if you guys have topics. I know I want to do some more keyword videos because everyone always wants to know about keywords. And I was actually thinking of doing about a whole cover series. I know some of you guys in my Facebook group wanted me to do another challenge. I was kind of thinking about a cover challenge. So like showing you different techniques for covers on different platforms. I mostly use PowerPoint. I have used Canva. I use BookBolt. Different techniques on different platforms. So it just depends on what I'm trying to do. So I was thinking about doing some of that so people could kind of see different things and different ideas. So hopefully that's helpful. How long does it count sold book for reports? Oh, it totally depends. It could be 3 to 5 days because the sold, like it shows up in your report when it ships. And it depends if the person picked like prime shipping or slow shipping. There's that like dollar save money shipping. So I do that occasionally. So that might not ship for like 5 or 6 days. Also, they have third-party printers. So some of those third-party printers may not actually reconcile with Amazon for another 30 days. So you might not actually see that sale for 30 more days. That's not the majority. Amazon does the majority of their printing, but they also have third-party printers when there is high volume, like especially during the Christmas timeframe. I know a lot of people said, hey, I saw a lot of coloring books from Christmas show up. It's because they're now reconciling with their third-party printers. So you're going to see like random Christmas stuff show up here in January because they're reconciling with those printers that printed it in December, and now it's showing sold on your board now. Hopefully that makes sense. I asked you, do regular giveaways, and have you seen it increase in sales? I have not done regular giveaways. That is something I did in my fiction. I'm trying to come up with an idea that I could do a free ebook that would be somehow complementary to the brand I am creating that seems to be doing the best for me. I have not come up with exactly the right free ebook. Maybe I'll do a kids book, some sort of kids book that can be done as an ebook or as a paperback, because a kids book would have content, right? And it would be fine for a kids book. That's actually a good idea. Thank you for asking that. I've been trying to come up with something and my mind was just working, so I came up with something. But something else maybe too, that I can give away to my audience as a freebie. And then, I could get reviews. If you can get reviews on the paperback, you get reviews on the ebook, you can get the paperback. They come over to the paperback as well. So that might be a good idea. That's actually a really good idea. Thank you. But, no, I haven't done too many regular giveaways. I've just been giving away author copies to friends and family that are within my target audience. So that, yeah. And they've gotten pretty good. What's really cool is they've been taking pictures of their book that they've been writing in, because it's kind of a journal journey type thing, and posting them on Facebook saying, hey, thank you so much, Ashley, for, this book. So, that's one of the things I've seen too, is if you're giving away to friends and family, it's not necessarily a review on Amazon, but it is definitely an endorsement and a good marketing way. So that's a thought too. If you can give away or, offer even free e-copies to people, things that e-copies make sense for, right? You can't do a low content book e-copy. That just doesn't work. But there's other things that might, like a list of questions or something like that might work as an ebook. And then they could promote your stuff that way. there's so many ideas. So many ideas. All right, I should go because I've got to get my kids ready for to go to the dentist. And if you've ever taken 4 children to the dentist during COVID, you've never lived, because it's not fun at all. So I'm gearing up and for that, and I got to feed them, make sure they brush their teeth, and that's it. So thank you so much for showing up. I'm sorry it went so long. I'm trying to keep these to 30 minutes or under, but you guys are chatty, and that's cool. I love hearing everybody's chat. It's so much fun for me. All right. So I will see you next week, and I'll see you then. All right. Bye. I can end the broadcast. I can never find the end button. There we are. Bye, everybody.